Hey everybody, Samwise here, and coming at you with another Herb of the Month video, focusing on cow poppy. And today we're gonna do two things. We're gonna have a little plant meditation, and we're gonna make a flower essence with the cow poppy, which is right here, hanging out. And yeah, I'm also surrounded by some plantain, which looks very different in California, which is kind of nice since that was the last herb of the month that I did. So yeah, it feels like a really nice welcoming. It's like the plantain is around my back, and the cow poppy is to my sides and in front of me, which is really nice. And so yeah, I just want to spend a moment sitting with this plant before I make an essence. And if you don't know, an essence is a kind of medicine that we can make with plants or flowers, or even the environment in which we are. And how it works is we ask for the water to imprint the energy of the plant or the flower into the water, and we preserve it in brandy or another alcohol, or I actually make a lot of flower essences and apple cider vinegar too, but we dilute that original water imprinted with the flower down. And then that medicine works on a really lovely spiritual, social, emotional level that the physical medicine can touch when you do in drop doses, but it's yeah, I find to be kind of extra sparkly when we do the flower essence, and kind of meets us on a different level. Very gentle, very safe medicine. Another way to call it is vibrational medicine. So it's kind of working on the vibration of our being. And, the plant vibrates in one way, we vibrate in another way. And when we take it, we kind of vibrate together and learn from the plant. So yeah, that's a little how that works. And water is a lovely medium for that, because water has memory. So we're asking essentially this water to make a memory of the energy of this really beautiful flower, and then we're preserving that in brandy. So yeah, I'm just gonna take a moment just to sit with this plant and ground. So I'm just kind of taking some breaths, kind of making sure my body is making some good contact with the earth, and taking some deep breaths. And I'm opening my eyes, and I'll let you gaze with me at this flower. So there's lots to admire about these flowers. I'm just taking a moment just to feel how I feel when I'm in their presence. Which I feel like a calmness in my back, around my kidneys, that often feel a lot of stress. I feel an awe of their beauty, and the airiness of them kind of brings my spirit some ease. The buds of the flower hold so much potential. And they're just so bright. Almost electric. I'm noticing all these really cool local native bees that are playing in the pollen. Just lots of life energy. So if I wasn't making a video, I would maybe sit for a while longer and just keep noticing how I feel and kind of what pops into my mind as I sit here. What kind of comes up for me on an emotional level. And sometimes people call this sitting with a plant, or a plant sit. and it's a really great way to learn more about the medicine of the plant and also get to know the plant itself in a deeper way. So I'd love to make an essence with y'all, the first part, and then I will learn an editing thing and tap on the last bit of how to make it at the end. So we have our bowl of water, right? It's clear, it's glass, it's not metal. And I'm going to make what's called a live essence. And what that is I'm not going to sever the flower. I'm kind of just going to like bend it into the bowl with my wooden tools, and ask the energy of the flower to come into the water. So let's see if I can do this. So here's our bowl. And I'm going to give a little bit of the water to the plant as a thank you and asking permission to make medicine. Introducing myself. My name is Samwise Raridon, and I seek permission to make medicine from your blossoms so that myself and my community can remember how to find that power within ourselves and radiate this light that you so beautifully emanate. And I'm listening for like a yes, a no, or a maybe. I'm hearing a really nice yes. So then I am going to be just leaning this down. And I'm trying not to touch it with my hands because there's some folks that say touching the flower with our hands kind of transfers the energy from our hand into the flower. So that's kind of how I'm doing this for now. And then the chopsticks are just kind of holding the flower in the water gently. And I'm going to leave this for the day and ask the flow. I'm going to do it again. Thank you, flower. There we go. Oh, it's so bendy. We got some plantain flowers here. All right. And I'm going to leave this for most of the day to chill in the sun and let the energy of the sun infuse the flower. I'm going to add a little bit more water because it's not like quite in the water and I want it to be a little bit more submerged. So I'll do that off camera. But yeah, then we just kind of let it chill and come back and we'll finish it with brandy, and I'll show you how to do that. And then we bottle it and label it. And if I can, I'm going to ask my friend, colleague, and tattoo artist, Violet Thorns, if I can use a drop of this essence in the ink for my California poppy tattoo. So then I can carry it with me wherever I go. So that's it for now. Thanks for listening. Thanks to all the patrons who make this work possible, and I'll see you in a bit. Hey everyone, it's a different day now, and it's actually I made a different essence, which is the same cow poppy essence, but I made that live essence, and my partner and I fought, and it had a lot of like conflict energy in it. So I released it and I made a new one. And interestingly, I felt called to move from like a live essence to like an essence in which I like asked to harvest a flower, a death essence. And that seems kind of fitting for me because, again, thinking about like the theme of cow poppy and like resurrection, like, you know, life after death. And I made a new essence and I set it out yesterday, and my partner and I repaired yesterday as well, or did a lot of repair work. It's always ongoing. Weaving strong relationship, it's a constant tending. Yeah, so I have really been thinking about this essence as the energy of reconnection, of coming into like personal responsibility and like owning what's mine and setting the boundaries that are mine to set, and then doing that, and also honoring of consent and like deepening my listening and respect of boundaries and of consent and no, the energy of no. There's a lot of like no energy, which is like good to notice and to like honor, and to see how when I do those things, we are more free. But the phrase like autonomy within connection is coming up a lot. And I see too how when I honor that and I like really am honing my like consent practice and like honing my, you know, my ability to like navigate challenging situations with people, that allows me to like be more empowered and go outside of myself more and like ask for what I want, and then to navigate with whatever the answer is. Yes, no, maybe, I don't know, you know. And yeah, so what I'm noticing in conjunction with this like freedom within connection is this also like reawakening of my like spirit and my like a part of my sexuality that was kind of sleeping. It feels awake and more like skillful now. So that's in this essence. So we're finishing an essence today. Here it is. It's now in a jar. And so many schools of thought on how to preserve an essence. We're using brandy. And yeah, so some people say like, you know, to make sure that the essence is at least 40% alcohol in order to like, or maybe it's 20. Anyways, I'm going to folk it, which means that I'm going to pour all this brandy over that water, and it's going to be mostly brandy and like, you know, with the energetics of the essence preserved in it. So some people say to like, you have your essence and then add twice as much alcohol and then dilute that again with twice as much alcohol. So like basically, I think one time I did the math and it's like 4 times as much. So it's like, for me personally, I'm just gonna make sure it's like mostly brandy. Like, you know, I would say like 60% brandy and like, yeah, 40% water. So I am confident that it'll last. And I also, what I'm gonna do, but I'm not gonna do it on the video, is to label it when I find a Sharpie, which I cannot find right now. So always label your tincture so you know what it is later, because then if you like come across it like months down the road, years down the road, and you're like, what is this random jar full of amber liquid? You'll know. So here we are, preserving this essence, all of its learnings, all of its sweet unfoldings, all of its the boundaries, the sweet boundaries, and the aliveness of the cow poppy, preserved for future use and for sharing with my community. So here we go. Mostly brandy. And there you have it. That's how to preserve an essence. So it's going to taste like brandy. And this is a goodly amount of cow poppy flower essence. This could easily last me like my entire life, because this is also known as like a mother essence. So I can take drops of this and then dilute them into dosage bottles with that's like, you know, 50% water, 50% brandy. So this literally could like heal the whole world. So yeah, let me know your thoughts about cow poppy, and I'm making my way towards another episode of Herbalist at the end of the world with cow poppy vibes. Yeah, I feel really grateful to this plant for like the lessons that's been unfolding in this last month. It's been really big for me, like big medicinal energy. kind of feels like more of like a medicinal herb than I've done, you know. I mean, they're all medicinal and they're all healing, but like, I don't know, I feel like a leveling up with this plant and my exploration of it. So I'm excited to share that with you. And yeah, thank you to all of the patrons, all the people who support my work, everyone who listens to the podcast. I ran into someone who was like, I listened to all the episodes yesterday and I recognize your voice. And I was like, eep. So thanks for engaging, thanks for learning, thanks for supporting me in all the ways that you do, and I really look forward to continue weaving this work with you. So with that, I'll leave you with this image of this beautiful pond, and then I will see you next time.